Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucamus Prime here, so welcome to the next episode of Movie Didn't Need a Sequel. Now today, guys, I'm going to be covering this time a comedy movie in this series, and this is for one of my favourite comedies of the 90s, and this one stars Jim Carrey. And no, it's not A Mask, guys, because this is going to be another comedy movie he did in that year, and in this one he starred with Jeff Daniels. And this film, guys, is probably one of my favourite comedies of the 90s, and this has one of my favourite roles of all time from Jim Carrey, and probably my favourite role as well of Jeff Daniels. And this comedy, guys, which in my opinion did not need a sequel, is none other than 1994's Dumb and Dumber. So yeah, this is without a doubt a very funny movie in my opinion. It had me laughing in so many places because it's an absolutely hilarious blast to watch. Really funny movie. Probably my second favourite comedy with Jim Carrey in that year after A Mask, no doubt. Because, yeah, this movie is just so funny in my opinion and just absolutely hilarious to watch from start to finish. So in my opinion, guys, this movie did not need a sequel because, it had a really amazing ending, guys, which did not set up any sequels whatsoever. And it has, a happy ending, of course, where Harry and Lloyd are walking home on foot because their purchases have been confiscated and their mini bike has broken down. And they have a really good time playing a friendly game of tag as well. Happy ending right there. So that was definitely a very nice way to wrap up the story. And because this movie grossed $247 million at the box office and has developed a cult following, you could say maybe a sequel was guaranteed, but only in that decade, and rightfully so. But instead of getting a sequel, guys, we first of all got a prequel called Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd. Now, I have not seen this prequel, guys, but I've heard that apparently it was bad, so I apologise to Bullet by avoiding that prequel, so I don't plan to check it out anytime soon, really. But sadly, however, guys, we then unfortunately got a real sequel, but was unfortunately released 20 years way too late in 2014, which of course was none other than Dumb and Dumber 2. Oh man, talk about a massive letdown because I saw this movie, guys, earlier, last year, and I had a really fun time watching it. It was so funny, in my opinion, but when I watched the sequel, guys, I absolutely hated it. It was such a massive letdown, a disappointment. Why did you make it in the first place? Why? I really don't know. Honestly. Compared to the first one, which was so funny, this one, in my opinion, was boring in comparison. The other thing about it, in my opinion, was Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels coming back to play their roles again. But the problem is, guys, is that this movie literally rehashes the original movie's plot, which is ridiculous. They didn't try to do anything new, really, at all. It was boring, in my opinion, because it rehashed so many familiar points. I'm thinking, when are we going to do something new? But we didn't, really. They did it way too late. Just ridiculous. And compared to the first one, which I had a good laugh at, guys, in this movie, I barely even laughed at all. I didn't really find much of a sequel funny at all. Because I just think the jokes were not really that funny, and they also repeated way too many. For example, the doorbell prank joke, which at first was fine, but they overused it a little bit more and more, and it got pretty annoying. I kept doing the same joke. And many other jokes, in my opinion, also weren't really funny because they were a little bit crude, in my opinion, yeah, and pretty cringe. So, really? Yeah, that was just ridiculous, really, to be honest. And the movie also introduces a pretty weak villain, which, of course, was Adele, played by Laurie Holden. And, yeah, I thought she was a very weak villain, guys. I didn't really like or care about Adele. I prefer Laurie Holden way more as Andrea on The Walking Dead, but, yeah, I didn't really like Adele in this movie. The movie also wasted Bill Murray in a cameo appearance. We don't even see his face, which is ridiculous. So how could you waste Bill Murray like that? Come on. And honestly, this sequel was just a massive letdown, in my opinion. a way to let sequel which shouldn't be made in the first place, because in my opinion, the first one worked perfectly as a standalone movie. And there's also that case of also lying towards him in adverts, because the poster literally shows their dog van, which they're driving in the original movie, but in the final movie, guys, it only appears for like a very brief cameo and it gets destroyed. So yeah, what a waste of the iconic dog van. What a waste. Yeah, honestly, this movie was just an absolute joke compared to the original movie, which was definitely a very fun comedy movie. So yeah, screw the sequel all the way. I also feel as well that Kathleen Turner's character didn't even look like she wanted to be in the movie. She looked so bored out of her mind. So yeah, oh dear. I mean, you can probably tell that Kathleen didn't even want to be in this movie because of that. I can't say I blame her, because yeah, this sequel shouldn't have been made in the first place at all. So yeah, this sequel, in my opinion, was a letdown, guys. I was so bored watching it. Like, apart from the few cases where I got a few laughs, I was sat watching, you know, like this. You know, waiting for something to happen, but it never did happen really much, which was very annoying. I was so bored out of my mind. And, like, if there's been anything good about a sequel, I guess probably that Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are still good in their roles, I guess, to this day. And also because of a few funny scenes which the movie has, I guess. But it's not very much, in my opinion. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, guys, there's only one Dumb and Dumber movie. Yeah, they shouldn't have made a sequel, in my opinion. No, definitely not. Like, as far as I'm concerned, guys, Dumb and Dumber should have only said as one movie, because it did not need sequels. Like, because instead of doing another, say, sequel 20 years way too late, they should have just re-released the original movie in 4K and in cinemas to mark the 20th anniversary of it worldwide. But nope, they didn't do that. Would have been way better than making a 20 years way too late, unnecessary cash grab sequel. They should have just done the original movie as a re-release in 4K. Re-releases have worked before for movies, and they're allowed to get more money from it, you know, in the box office. So they could have done the same with the original movie, couldn't they? Re-released it in 4K and in cinemas, but nope. So yeah. Now, when it comes to what to own, guys, I will only ever own the original movie. I've got it on DVD right now. Hopefully one day I might get it on Blu-ray, because I think I've seen it on Blu-ray somewhere, so I'll see if I can upgrade it one day to Blu-ray, but there's no way I'm ever going to buy a sequel, no. As for a prequel, I'll probably see if it's on streaming services one day to watch, or to rent onto Sky to watch, and I'll watch it, you know, like, if you guys don't want to watch it, then I'll watch it for your benefit, so you don't have to, so yeah, but I'll only watch it just one time, guys, and that's it, just once. So yeah. Now, but I will, however, to this day, still rewatch the original movie. It's definitely a really fun comedy movie. One of my favourite Jim Carrey comedies, one of my favourite roles of Jim Carrey as well, overall. Because he's one of my favourite comedians of all time, guys. So I want to, you know, just watch this movie alone and not a sequel. Because the sequel, in my opinion, was terrible and not needed. Sadly, in my opinion, one of Jim Carrey's worst movies I've seen. Even though he was one of the few best parts of this unnecessary sequel. So yeah. So guys, long story short, in my opinion, Dumb and Dumber was only a standalone movie, in my opinion. Just one movie alone. I like to pretend that's the case, because I don't like the sequel. In my opinion, a letdown. And there's no way I'm ever going to own it. No way. I will only own the original movie. So yeah. So guys, this was me doing the next episode of the movie didn't need a sequel, where I was talking about why, in my opinion, Dumb and Dumber from 1994 did not need a sequel. In my opinion, should have worked as a standalone movie alone. So you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, videos or comments what you guys think of Dumb and Dumber. Do you think it needed a sequel or not? Let me know in the comments below if you think it needed a sequel or not. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for this coming future. If you would like to be a member, you can press on your piece of that or you can do a subscription, and I'll see you all later.